I'm still not dead, so that's a good thing. But let's take a look at this, the Huion Note. Well, I think it's Huion, maybe Huion. I'm going to go with Huion. Huion Note. This rather sexy looking beast is another digital notepad, and this one, it's got one feature missing, and it's got one thing that doesn't look obvious when you see it. So the pen here, this is nice as well. It's a little magnetic thing, so it will fall off, make no doubt, it will fall off. But you get your little pen holder, the pen itself, rather nice, and obviously it's ink, because yes indeed, it's a notepad, as we've seen before. Nice. It is nice, it really does look the part. And as soon as you open it, you see the other light comes on, and that's it, ready to go. So there's also the app, and I'll show you the app. So here is the app. Normally I would have this in my phone, but I'm going to put it in the tablet so that you can see it bigger and better. So as I say, as soon as you open it, you're switching it effectively on. So the green light comes on, it's now on. The app, connection successful, they're now paired, blue light is on, good to go, ready for action. Setting up the app is the usual stuff, you're just connecting Bluetooth devices, nothing difficult, easy peasy. Right, now this is where it's slightly different from other ones. So I'm going to press a little plus, I'm going to create a new notebook. You can give it a name, I'll just call it test. You get to pick a cover, we'll go red. You can pick different covers and stuff. Create. So we're on to the first page. Now, you may not see this on the screen straight away, but this updates in real time. Watch this magic. Ooh, see that? I like that. This is the only one I've seen where it actually does that. You can use this without the app as well. You can make a whole page, and then when you turn your page, you press the button up here, that gets you a new page. Next page, press a button, so on and so on, and then when you get to your device, you just dump the lot onto the device. So for example, I could say that's the end of the page, press the button, boom, and I'm on to, down here it will say 2 of 2 at the very bottom. So I'm on to page 2. So let's give this a little try. You'll see it, me drawing it here, and it appearing on the screen here, real time. So very fancy, very high tech, very space age. I don't really know what else to say while I'm drawing, so I'm just going to basically shut up. And there we have a silly little guy. Boop! Me. So, I'm going to also add, some text. Right, so I can either press a button or I can use the app to create another page. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep the same page at the moment, because there's another thing it does which is rather nifty. that little microphone icon. Tap that. It is now recording audio. So I'm going to put record me some audio. Doesn't do dots very well. That's one thing. Anyway, and stop. So you can do your usual stuff where you can export and blah 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 blah. What I'll do is I'll end that page, move to the next one. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap here to go back to page 2, bring this little fellow back, and what you can do is you can press the down arrow up here and you can play back. So it's going to play back the bit where I started the audio. So I'm going to play the whole thing at this point, just the audio bit. So I'm going to shut up. That is now recording audio. So I'm going to put record me some audio. It dots very well. Anyway, it's like magic. It's like magic. Yeah. We'll go back up to there. We can go back and we'll cover a little notebook here. You know, say you can flick back through your pages, blah blah blah. You've got your usual undo buttons and whatnot. Up here you've got a little paintbrush icon you can press and it turns into a finger. The idea is that you can now use this up top as you would, if you were just using your finger. You can add bits and bobs of eraser. You've got your pens. You can do a highlighter. Whoops. And then you can take it back to pen again, which brings back to pen. Right. Let's see. Go back again. You've got your bits up the top here for adding new notebook, search, tells you whether it's connected, your settings, that kind of thing. You can press this and you can enable an upload download so that you can synchronize. At the moment I've got it synced with Google Drive. So you can go into the settings and you can pick Google Drive, various other bits and bobs. And it means that I can then upload that. And if I bring this app up on my phone, it'll have that new notebook done and dusted. Okay. You can do, as I say, you can do your usual exports. Is it this one? I can never remember which one it is. Nope, that's your page management. Oh, no, hang on. Got it. Press a little info thing. And you can share, play back the note, change your paper style. So, yeah, you can change your paper style, lined. You can make it a template for a weekly plan, daily plan. You can change the colour. I'll make a colour there. I'll apply it. We will do a playback. So what it's going to do is it's going to start from the beginning and it will play it back. And I'll up the speed a bit so it's not going to bore you to tears, but there it goes. And you can export that video as well. So it doesn't do the text on that bit, the audio rather, with the text. Just noticed that. Close that. Come back to here. So you can do the little I bit, you can do share, and you can share current page, whole notebook, PDF, Huion Note, JPEG, or a video. So you could do the video, and you can send it to yourself through email, wherever you like. The JPEG has a bit of a limitation. It's not a very big JPEG file, but PDF is basically a vector file and you can export it as PDF and make it ginormous. So that's the bare basics of the app. Now, the one thing it is missing is handwriting to plain text. But where there's a will, there's a way, and there is a way around it. So basically, in short, without showing you, because it's pretty boring, basically you export your page as a PDF. Sorry, export your page as a JPEG, then go to something like Google Keep. And Google Keep, you can bring in the image and then ask it to convert it to text, and it'll do it. So that's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is you could take a photograph of this page and put it into Google Photos. Google Photos will also let you extract text. So another way of doing it. If the app had the OCR built in, amazing. That would be fantastic. But sadly not to be. Now, there is one extra thing. One more trick up its sleeve. I'll show you that. And for that, cliffhanger. I need my laptop. Right. This is where it gets tricky. I'm trying to do kind of two things, two videos, two recordings at the same time. It's too much for my little brain. So, I'm going to try and keep everything on the screen at the same time so you can see it. It's sure to fail, but I'll try it. I'm going to move tablet away because what we're going to do here is, on the screen at the moment is a driver that I have installed from Huion. Huion, who support Linux, so I am all for it. Now, I'm going to plug this cable into the Huion Notepad, and on my tablet, you will see it has connected. What is this wizardry, you may ask? Well, this is also a graphics tablet. So right now it's in graphics tablet mode. So you will see it moving the cursor on the screen. Come on, how cool is that? Come on. At least give me a round of applause. Maybe even a golf clap. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to flip the page. Now, listen very carefully to this part, okay? This is obviously an ink nib. If you want to use it as a graphics tablet and no paper, there is a piece you can put in there. Now, change the nib. You get different nibs. This is an ink nib. There is a plastic nib. Do not write on this with the ink, obviously. I don't want people watching this and thinking that this is what they should do. I'm going to keep this here, use ink, so you can see it here and you'll see it on the screen. So let me set up the screen. Right, I think I'm ready to go. So I'm just going to use my paint. So on the screen you see my paint. You could use any graphics app. Now, what I did forget to mention was in the Huion driver, you have a working area. So I'm using the whole page as a desktop, and you have the pen where you can adjust pressure sensitivity. So you can also adjust the sensitivity in the apps as well for various bits and bobs, but I'm just going to keep it as it is. So basically what I draw on the page, you'll see on the screen. So I am just going to straight away go with some ink. Now, I am trying to look at the laptop screen and use the pen on a different thing, so it's a bit weird. Right, okay, hopefully this will work. Where I will do another silly little doodle. Again, I'm not adjusting the pen or anything in the app. I'm just using one pen thickness. But it's just to prove the point that it can be done. Obviously, as you see there, it is pressure sensitive. So yeah, I can go thin, I can go thick if I want. So, yeah, you can do as you please. And then we'll have that and that. Yeah. Now, I can obviously create another layer and I can do all sorts of crazy stuff. But I did it before where I drew this, then I coloured it, and obviously colouring it on the screen is different from colouring it here, so it meant that I drew this and then just scribbled over it like a complete serial killer madman. I'm not going to do that again. Pencil, and you can obviously do thick and dark to light, all these lovely good things. I'm just using most of the ink ones just to show you that it does do the job. Honest gov. And we'll do a pen rather, just for the hell of it. So yeah, I think this is pretty awesome that you can have a digital notebook that also acts as a graphics tablet, and it only cost me about 120 quid. Digital notepad and tablet for just over 100 quid. It's insane. Well, I have to say, I give Huion top marks. Top marks. I mean, as I say, the only nitpick is the OCR. If it had OCR in the app, it would be absolutely spot on. But that kind of thing, it's not cheap to, have your software doing OCR. But, I mean, the fact that it looks nice and classy, I mean, it's cheap, it looks the part. I think it's awesome, and it supports Linux, so I will support them. But I mean, you walk into a meeting with that and show them that you've got your notes appearing on your phone in real time, they'll throw you out of the meeting and call you a wizard or a witch. It's witchcraft.